In today's episode of Truthix, we're diving deep into one of the most controversial and damaging medical myths of our time. Do vaccines cause autism? This myth has been around for decades, creating fear and confusion, especially among parents making critical health decisions for their children. The misinformation surrounding this issue has had a profound impact, leading to a decline in vaccination rates in some regions and contributing to the resurgence of preventable diseases. But where did this idea come from? And is there any solid scientific basis behind it? Why does this myth persist, even though it has been repeatedly debunked? Today, we'll uncover the origins of this harmful claim, examine the overwhelming evidence refuting it, and explain why sticking to the facts is crucial for public health. Let's explore the truth behind the science and dispel the fear surrounding vaccines and autism. The origins of the myth, the idea that vaccines might cause autism, didn't just come from random guesses. It started in 1998 when a British doctor named Andrew Wakefield published a study in a well-known medical journal, The Lancet. In his study, he claimed there was a connection between the MMR vaccine, measles, mumps, and rubella, and autism. However, the study only looked at 12 children, which is way too small a group to make such a big claim. Experts quickly criticized the study for being poorly done and lacking real evidence. But the media jumped on the story, spreading fear and worry among parents all over the world. What most people didn't know at the time was that Wakefield had conflicts of interest. He was involved in legal cases that were trying to prove the MMR vaccine was harmful. As investigations into his work continued, it was found that his study was full of problems, including false information and serious ethical issues. In 2010, The Lancet completely took back the study and Wakefield lost his medical license. However, by then, the damage was already done. The fear had spread, and the myth that vaccines cause autism took hold, spreading misinformation that is still around today. The science behind the myth after Wakefield's study was discredited. Scientists and health experts worldwide worked hard to clear up the confusion. They launched many large studies to see if there was any link between vaccines, especially the MMR vaccine, and autism. The findings were very clear. There is no connection. One of the biggest studies was done in Denmark in 2019. This study followed more than 650,000 children for over 10 years, looking at whether they were vaccinated and checking their health. The conclusion? Vaccinated children were not more likely to have autism than unvaccinated children. This study was not the only one. Research from many countries, like the United States, the UK, and Japan, all found the same thing: vaccines do not cause autism. Important health organizations, including the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the American Academy of Pediatrics, also reviewed the research. They all agree that vaccines are safe and do not cause autism. So what causes autism? Experts now believe that autism is caused by a mix of genetic factors and things that happen during pregnancy. It has nothing to do with childhood vaccinations. The reason people believed the myth for so long is that the signs of autism often appear around the same time children get their first vaccines. But just because these things happen at the same time doesn't mean one causes the other. Unfortunately, this point often gets lost in the sea of misinformation. The role of the media in spreading the myth. The media played a big part in spreading the false idea that vaccines cause autism. What should have been a small, easily disproven study turned into a global panic because of sensational headlines. These headlines were designed to grab attention and spread Wakefield's claims, making parents fearful, as they naturally want to protect their children. Many people didn't fully understand how medical research works and trusted the media to give them the right information. But instead of focusing on the facts, the press often focused on the fear, highlighting risks that were never backed by science. Even though experts quickly pointed out the problems with Wakefield's study, the media kept the myth alive. This issue became worse with the rise of the internet and later social media. On these platforms, wrong information could spread quickly, without being checked for accuracy. Even now, some people who are against vaccines still use Wakefield's study as proof, ignoring all the solid research that has since proven the myth to be false. The dangerous consequences of vaccine hesitancy. The myth that vaccines cause autism isn't just a harmless mistake, it has serious and dangerous effects. As more people became afraid of vaccines, Vaccination rates dropped in many places. This made communities more vulnerable to outbreaks of diseases that were previously under control. For example, measles started to spread again in areas where people were hesitant to vaccinate. This is very worrying because measles is highly contagious and can be very dangerous, especially for young children, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems. When not enough people are vaccinated, herd immunity suffers. Herd immunity is when a large part of the population is vaccinated, which helps protect those who can't get vaccines, like babies or people with health issues. Without it, diseases can spread more easily. Moreover, vaccine hesitancy damages trust in public health systems and doctors. It creates a cycle of fear and misinformation that can be hard to break and take years or even decades to fix. The impact of not vaccinating children goes beyond just one family. It affects entire communities and the health of future generations. Truth or fiction? So, where do we stand now? Even though there is a lot of solid evidence showing that vaccines do not cause autism, this false idea is still widely believed. The truth is clear. Vaccines and autism are not connected. Years of scientific research have proven this, but the myth still spreads. One major reason this myth persists is because of social media and online platforms. These places allow false information to spread quickly and easily. In some communities, fear and distrust of doctors and health experts keep the myth alive. Sometimes, even well-known people spread these false ideas, making more people doubt vaccines. The results of believing this myth are serious. When people avoid vaccines because of fears about autism, diseases like measles, which were almost completely gone, start to come back. This puts not only those who are not vaccinated at risk, but also those who cannot be vaccinated for medical reasons. These people rely on herd immunity when enough people are vaccinated to protect everyone. Believing in this myth, despite all the evidence, threatens everyone's health and safety. If you or someone you know believes the myth that vaccines cause autism, it's important to look at the facts. Sharing accurate information can stop dangerous myths from spreading. If this video helped, please share it with others. Clearing up confusion protects whole communities. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fact-based content from TruthX. Your support helps spread science-backed information to everyone. Vaccines are one of the greatest achievements, protecting us from deadly diseases. Despite their success, myths like the link to autism have caused harm and vaccine hesitancy. By trusting science and staying informed, we can protect ourselves and others. Thanks for watching TruthX. Stay tuned for more myth-busting content, and let's keep spreading the truth over misinformation.